Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, thanks for joining us today. Today's recipe, I'm making a nice and easy, quick dinner. I'm making kale apple chicken. And it has a beautiful, tangy, sweet flavor to it. And it goes great with potatoes or pasta or rice. Or if you want to lower the carb level, serve it over cauliflower rice. It is delicious. So I'm Rockin' Robin, and I'm going to show you how to do it right after this. It's time to go over the ingredients so you can see what's in our recipe. All right, we're gonna need some olive oil. Here I've got my chicken. I'm using skinless, boneless chicken thighs. I've got my kale, which with the kale, guys, you just wanna pull it off the stem and just break it into bite-sized pieces. We've got our chicken broth. Over here I'm using apple cider vinegar, and I'm using Bragg's raw unfiltered apple cider vinegar. I've got some honey. I'm using flour here. I'm using Bob's Red Mill. This is gluten-free 1-to-1 baking flour. You can use regular flour if you want. Now you're going to need some fresh sage here. I just chopped it up nice and fine. We'll need some salt and pepper, a Fuji apple, and a pinch of cinnamon. So a lot of people ask me, where do I get the written recipe? Well, it's down below this video. Just click down below where it says show more and you'll find it there. I'm going to start off here by coating the chicken with just a light coating of olive oil. So I'm just going to, just spread a little bit over the top and then rub it in. This is just going to help it keep it from sticking in the pan. Then we're going to season with just a little bit of salt and pepper. All right, guys, I have my frying pan here. It's a non-stick skillet, medium-high heat, and it's time to start cooking the chicken. So I'm going to place it in my pan. I'm going to cook this for about 5 minutes, and then I'm going to flip it over and cook it for another 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, I'm going to flip the chicken over now. And we're going to cook this another 5 minutes on this second side. Once it's done, I'm going to place it on this plate right over here. Now, I just want to mention, guys, that this is a clean plate. I washed it. You never want to put, cooked chicken or any kind of meat on a dish that's had raw chicken or raw beef. So just a reminder. So while the chicken is cooking, go ahead and core, peel, and then chop your apple up into nice little bite-sized pieces. Then we'll add a little bit of cinnamon to our apples, and then we'll stir it to combine. All right, the chicken is done on the second side, so like I said, I'm going to place it on this plate over here. Now, it's not completely done yet. We're going to cook it some more, but it's browned up nicely. And I'm going to pour out some of this excess oil that's left in the pan. Now, you see how we have these nice little brown bits? They're stuck to the bottom of the pan. Those are where the flavor is. So we're going to release those with some chicken broth, which I'm going to add now. I'm going to turn the flame back on to medium-low. All right, so we'll add the chicken broth to this. And we're going to scrape up the bottom there and release those delicious flavor bits. Here goes some of our apple cider vinegar. I'm going to pour about 3/4 of it in there. I want to reserve a little bit because I'm going to be mixing some flour with the leftovers. So I like to take a wooden spoon, and I'm just scraping the bottom of the pan to release all of that good stuff. I've got most of those brown bits off the bottom. You can see them floating around in there. That's good. Now I'm going to put the chicken back in the pan. So I'll put this back in here to cook for another about 12 minutes or so. 12, 14 minutes. We'll check it. I'm also going to add the apple to this so it has a chance to soften up. Now I want to get those apples into the liquid so they really cook. We're going to bring this to a boil, and then I'm going to cover it, and we'll simmer it, like I said, for about 12 minutes, and we'll check it. 4 minutes left of the cooking time. We want to add the kale so it has a chance to cook. So I'm adding it now, and I'm going to just work it in a little bit, and we'll cover it and continue cooking. So I have the 1/4 cup of the apple cider vinegar left over, and I'm going to combine the flour into it. And this is going to thicken up our sauce. Okay, so at this point, I want to see if my chicken is done, so I'm just going to check it. I think it is. Oh yeah. So now we're going to take everything out of the chicken and the kale out of the pan because I can't really thicken it up with all these things in it. So we're gonna place it into the bowl I have behind here. I'll leave the apples, of course, in the sauce. That'll be fine. All right, so I got most of the kale out of the pan here. I'm gonna bring this up to a little boil here, and we're gonna add the flour mixture. Now you wanna add, you know, just enough to get it to the consistency that you want. You want it thick. It's pretty thin right now. So you just pour it in and start whisking. All right, that looks good to me right there. Now I'm going to add the sage and the honey. This is a really key element, the honey, because the honey balances out the acidity from the apple cider. So you really got to have this. And then you want to blend everything in. All right, so now that the honey is blended in, we're going to give it a taste for the honey and the salt. Okay, so I'm going to go with just a smidgen more honey and a pinch of salt. Okay, so now I'm just going to pour the sauce right over the chicken. And then I'm just going to coat everything because I want that sauce all over everything. It's so delicious. All right, guys, that's it. We're ready to serve it up. All right, guys, so I made up a little bit of pasta to serve up with my dish. But remember, you can use, you know, gluten-free pasta. You can use cauliflower rice if you want to cut the carbs a little bit. Potatoes, mashed potatoes. The sauce is what makes it, guys. That's why, you know, you can use any of those things. So here we go. Let me just serve a little bit of this up. Get some of that sauce in there because I really feel like the sauce is what makes the dish, right? I mean, it's just delicious. All right, so let me have a little bite here. Super delicious flavors, guys. I really love that apple cider vinegar in there with that tartness, and then you've got the honey to balance it out. Just a nice combination. You guys are going to really enjoy this. I hope you guys will try it, all right? Thanks so much for watching, everybody. If you haven't subscribed before, this is your first time here on my channel, click the button right up here, and then there's another one down below to subscribe. You'll be notified every week when a new video comes out. And if you enjoyed the video, please share it. I really appreciate that. Give me a thumbs up, and of course, leave me a comment. I love hearing from you guys. And if you have any requests, let me know about that too. All right, thanks so much for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.